Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this broadcast. Peter Kaluma, MP of Homa Bay Town, is now annoyed and is not accepting what Ruto have done on his cabinet reshuffle again, and is saying that he's going to file petition to block this Ruto's cabinet reshuffle. This happens a day after William Ruto had proposed some of the Mount Kenya's leaders from Uhuru Kenyatta's party to join him in his administration. And I think I analyzed this when I told you that Kabogo and the team, people like Mutahi Kagwe, have been proposed to join this government. Let us just try to read what Kaluma is saying. ODM MP, I will mobilize all MPs to reject latest cabinet nomination. Remember, it is going to be done in 15th January. I've seen Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, have drafted the name ahead of the interview, January 15th. Homa Bay Town MP Peter Kaluma has declared that he will mobilize members of parliament to reject the latest cabinet nomination by President William Ruto. In a statement issued on Sunday, December 2022, Kaluma criticized the nomination, alleging a lack of ethnic, regional, and gender balance. Kaluma urged that the appointments were unfair, pointing out that all the nominees were male and predominantly drawn from a single community. This is now the interesting part of the story. The present nomination clearly violates Articles 10, 27, and 232 of the Constitution and will deny the cabinet required ethnic, regional, and gender balance. If approved by Parliament in upholding the Constitution, I will mobilize all MPs to reject them, Kaluma stated. His remarks come after President Ruto nominated the Health Cabinet Secretary Mutahi Kagwe, former Kiambu Governor William Kabogo, and former Nakuru Governor Lee Kinyanjui to the cabinet. I told you this is the wrong direction William Ruto decided to follow. I said it here, and I gave a good example by saying that William Ruto is just there for his own political interest. How he's going to make it 2027. And I again added my interest that comes next year, they are going to officially start campaigning. Remember, the promises which Ruto had have been forgotten that way. And now, their eyes are now set for 2027. Even if Ruto decided to appoint other more people from the mountain, what I want to tell him and convey to say here, for most of them to hear now, is that Mount Kenyans are not going to give you vote, my friend. I'm also a politician as you are. They are not going to give you vote. They are not going to give you vote as you think. The voters turnout which you received 2022, forget about that. Because you humiliated them, you betrayed them. How many of you listened to whatever Rigathi Gachagua said? How many of you have seen Rigathi Gachagua being received harmoniously? He is always having that heroic reception as compared to most people in the mountain, most leaders who are working with William Ruto. It means that the ground is hostile. Even if Ruto decided to appoint people like Kabogo, Kabogo is a reject. Kabogo is a reject. Mutahi Kagwe tried the Nyeri senator. I was there with him. He was not given. He was rejected. This man, Lee Kinyanjui, was once Nakuru governor. What about the second term? It was denied. If the Mount Kenyans people decided to reject Uhuru Kenyatta because Uhuru Kenyatta brought them Raila Odinga, and today Uhuru have betrayed them again and joined the government, it means that whatever Peter Kaluma is saying about this, the three gentlemen I mentioned, if he will try to mobilize the MP to reject their nomination, it's going to happen nicely, because the Mount Kenyans MP will officially obviously support this motion. The Nyanza's MPs will obviously support this motion. The only MPs which might be confused are from the coast, but I know Ukambani also, they are going to disagree with this, support this motion, sorry, of Peter Kaluma. So it means that there is a dilemma in this William Ruto's new CS nomination, and he is rushing to nominate without even people's consult, which are always sought in decision making. Ruto himself is totally confused, and he don't understand what he is doing as the head of state. He's just ready for 2027. That is his aim. I don't know who are these people advising President Ruto. Remember, these are the MPs who once impeached Rigathi Gachagua. Ruto is trying to build enmity again in the MPs. He might be shocked comes next year, God willing. The MPs might draft again the impeachment motion to President Ruto. Who is he? Many presidents have been impeached that way. Because if he won't fulfill or deliver the promises, the MPs might come and say, let us impeach him, because every now cabinet reshuffle, this and that, violating the constitution. Remember again, the same Ruto drafted a bill that MPs should be taxed their vehicles, and I caution also our MPs. I caution you by saying that you dodge the parliament after this bill. In fact, this bill also should be drafted in the next parliament. For you guys also to remove that, to give us that tax on your vehicles. It's very nice. So it is vice versa. William Ruto versus the MPs. Peter Kaluma is now the ballerina. Is confirming to William Ruto, you are now petty to us. As I conclude, I intend to understand that Peter Kaluma is also annoyed. Maybe he was expecting more CSS from ODM come from Nyanza region, but that's also greediness, because Kenya is not only made for ODM. I also intend to advise this government to appoint even the other side of Kalonzo Musyoka if it is all about broad-based government. But you see, it's a little bit challenged. So they are saying there is no female there, and they must draft this bill and mobilize MPs to reject William Ruto's new MPs selection, new CS selection. This seems to be sad to both Kabogo William, Mutai Kagwe, and Lee Kinyanjui. Ladies and gentlemen, what are your takes? I raise my case at this point. All the best, and let's meet on another political discussion. Like this video, share it to your friends, family, and relatives. Bye bye.